May this message find those who need it, and may those who need it have the wisdom that this message is for them. This is going to be a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because general readings are not a one-size-fits-all. Let's see what the energies are. What is the message that needs to come through? What is the message that needs to come through? What is the message that needs to come through? Thank you. I'm going to stop right there for now. Okay. The Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Oh, it's number 7. There's the 7 of Pentacles out as well. The subconscious energy seems to be wanting to take control, wanting to take the reins, wanting to be able to finally be the one in the driver's seat, the one doing the steering. The conscious energy is Temperance, top of the deck energy. Temperance, finding balance. Finding just that right balance. Having patience. Having patience for control. Having the patience that it takes to be the one doing the steering. Interesting. So we have the 7 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords. Okay. Can I have clarification on the 5 of Swords, please? Clarification on the 5 of Swords. Thank you. I'll also take... Yeah, okay. So we have the Ace of Swords coming out here, but it's sideways. And I like to read cards sideways. To me, it just means that the energy is there, but we don't really know what direction it's going in. So the clarification with the 5 of Swords was the King of Swords popping out, and I did also like this guy as well. It feels like there seems to be this overshadow, this, how do I want to put this? This sort of ruling fist of fact, of statistics, of logic, and that all has their time and place. It is very, very important to stick to evidence-based claims when we are talking about, certain topics that do rely on the truth, and by truth meaning things that are proven. But it seems like there has been some sort of conflict where somebody with more authority, with more power, with an upper hand, hence the 5 of Swords, just really dominated the situation and seemed to be the winner, the victorious one. And that's kind of left you not necessarily paying mind or feeling excited towards any sort of new ideas, any new points of view that may have come into your mind, just new ways of thinking. I feel like with the bottom of the deck being the Chariot at the beginning, there's this longing to be the one to call the shots, to be the one not underneath this sort of rule. The King of Swords does have... Well, let me flip this card over and see what's going on. Okay, Death. So something does seem to be changing. Something does seem to be changing. May I have clarification on the Death card, please? clarification on the Death card. I don't think that there's necessarily this authoritarian energy from the King of Swords. Six of Cups. Death. May I have clarification on the Death card? Oh, Six of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. This kind of change. Anything else regarding the Death card? Oh, and here's the Chariot popping out. Okay. So I don't think that the King of Swords necessarily carries this authoritarian energy, but I feel as if it's just not the kind of guidance or the kind of rulership you really wanted to be under if you were to be under any rulership at all, right? And I say rulership very, like, that's a very, like, kind of aggressive term, but this could be, like, a boss, it could be just a mentor, it's just a figure of somebody who has a higher status than you, right? It's not necessarily that, like, the King of Swords, I mean, with the Five of Swords here, there could have been a bit of, like, a screwing over of type, like a type of person. So, okay, maybe I retract. It's not, okay, but, oh. We have the Queen of Swords, okay. Okay, so I definitely feel like there is going to be change coming in regarding the situation with this King of Swords character. This person who really values truth and fact and kind of can be a bit stubborn, doesn't really like to hear any sort of new ways of thinking because once his mind is set, it's sort of set. I don't think authoritarian is the right word to describe the King of Swords. I think it's mainly just like stubborn, kind of my way or the highway type of thinking. We have the Chariot coming through, so this could be confirmation that there is going to be a sense of control. Because I feel like, I haven't really been talking about the Seven of Pentacles here. The Seven of Pentacles talks about reaping what you've sown. It talks about seeing how your efforts flourish, okay? Seeing how the seeds that you plant really come into your own. You know, I feel like there may be this figure of this Queen of Swords. And the Queen and the King are quite... I feel like they can be quite different, even though they're from the same suit. The Queen of Swords is not very much my way or the highway. She's just very sure of herself. She's very sure, she's very confident, she's very independent. Now, this could be you, this could be somebody else, but I feel like with the Six of Pentacles here, I feel like this figure could be sort of handing this out. And not necessarily as if like, oh, you know, like, yeah, you need handouts. But I feel like the Queen of Swords, you know, with her hand being out like so, with that gesture, with the Six of Pentacles imagery showing somebody giving, with the Six of Cups imagery showing giving, and even with the Ace of Cups, having that hand right there, and even, right, the Ace of Swords. Hands are here showing that they are giving. You know, the King of Swords does not have his hand out. He does not have his other hand out, where the Queen of Swords does. And I feel like the Queen of Swords takes the same sort of mindset where she does really, what's the word I'm looking for? Cherish. She does cherish the truth. She cherishes logic. She cherishes her own knowledge, and her own truth. It's not necessarily what is true by statistics and what's like necessarily proven, but it's definitely through her own lived experience. She knows how to honor herself, honors her own sense of truth and whatnot. I feel like there is definitely going to be some sort of giving, so that you can finally plant these seeds with the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like there's definitely going to be something that that creates a sense of joy, of whimsy. It feels like it's going to start filling your cup again so that you can water these seeds. And what I love is that we see, right? So the imagery is showing people being handed these seeds. And then you have the imagery of the water flowing from the Ace of Cups. And then look at the cups here. Full of flowers, beautiful flowers. There's a lot of growth, there's a lot of watering, there's a lot of planting energy here. So I feel like there's definitely going to be a change with this King of Swords fellow. Oh yes, here's the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Some sense of deception here. Man, this King of Swords seems to be a real humdinger, huh? Really just really just painting the picture however they really want to, and not necessarily, it's sort of like twisting facts, twisting things into their favor almost. And the Five of Cups, yeah, this definitely has left you feeling very dissatisfied, very miserable, very much like, wow, there's really nothing left. But the thing is that you see 3 spilled cups, 2 are still standing. The figure has their back turned though, so they don't see the opportunities that are still to be viewed by them, to be perceived. Let's see. What was I saying? Yes, childlike wonder, a sense of renewal, more of an open heart, it feels like, especially with the Ace of Cups here. The Chariot is out to confirm that, yes, the sense of control that you desire, the sense of direction, the desire to be the one in the driver's seat seems to be a part of this wonderful, wonderful change. Any last messages? Thank you. Okay. Any ending messages? Anything at all? Okay, we'll hold that right there. Okay, we got the 3 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, and the Star. Oh, how beautiful. How beautiful indeed. Okay, let's see. This is definitely going to be a new... this will definitely be a new path ahead. When this change comes in, you will definitely... Ouch. Ooh, my ankle. There will feel... You'll get the sensation of a new horizon. Being able to look out and see what is before you, having this sense of hope, right? The star is a representation of hope, of inspiration, of the light coming back after the darkness. Before the star, we have the Tower card in the order of the major arcana. The star follows the Tower. So I feel like you may be at the end of this Tower moment. I feel like something that you do need to keep in mind, though, is that you should listen to your intuition. You should listen to your gut feelings. Don't allow your experience with the King of Swords to to make you turn a blind eye, especially when it comes to opportunity. The Nine of Wands indicates that there is going to be a last hurdle. You are nearing the end of the battle, but it does seem that before we get into the end, there may be something that is left. There's one, it feels like there's like one last obstacle to face, one last hurdle. And let me actually see, let's get some guidance on what this hurdle could be. But yes, don't let yourself get full of despair. This sort of thinking that is along the lines of, oh, things will never change. Things will never work out. I'll never be able. Like, don't start to incorporate that sort of language in your narrative. Because it could pass you by. It could encourage you to miss the opportunity to step into this Queen of Swords energy, whether you are becoming the Queen of Swords or you're going to come across somebody who embodies the energy of the Queen of Swords. Can I get some clarification on this Nine of Wands? What is this last obstacle? What are these themes? What are the things? What's the energy surrounding this last obstacle? What is this last obstacle? The Lovers. Oh. Now, the Lovers is not just a card about love. It's not just a card about romance. The Lovers is all about active decision making. It's all about choosing. It's the action of making a choice. This obstacle seems to be whether or not you take it, right? Whether or not you recognize the moment that you feel is. It seems to be that there shall be a moment that feels like the moment to act. And it's whether or not you will actually step forward and make that decision. The World, yes, this is an ending of a cycle. An ending of a cycle where you no longer, this is the end of the cycle where you've not listened to yourself, or where you've put up with people's nonsense for a bit too long. I feel like now you're starting to really kind of understand your own value and how your worth feels to you. Top of the deck energy, King of Cups. Yes. There seems to be a sense of emotional maturity as well. It's not just this situation with the King of Swords, it's not just something that is frustrating and you want to quit immediately. It's nothing like that. It is a test of endurance, and I feel like you have developed the emotional maturity to know when to say, okay, this is it. This is not worth my pain, my suffering, my self-doubt, my low self-worth. It's not worth it. If it's not helping you grow, if it's not feeding you, if you're not if you're not being, even when things are good, when you're going through good things, when you're learning, lessons, it can be like for, I'm trying to say that hardship can sometimes be for the good of yourself, because, there are some things that you just have to, maybe you have to go through in order for you to learn certain things. But I feel like you're starting to really tap into this mindset of like, you know what, it's really not worth it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my emotions. And maybe that is also the last hurdle, right? To not be so emotionally impacted by the King of Swords. This is not to say that you should like invalidate yourself or negate what it is. Like, you shouldn't just brush off like the frustration of everything. But I feel like you are starting to develop this sort of mindset that's just like, you know what, it's not worth it. This isn't fulfilling me. And it's time to just say goodbye. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for the guidance. I've learned a lot, because you can genuinely say that you have learned. You've learned a lot. But also like having the emotional maturity I'm just seeing with the Lover's card here. To make the decision, to make the choice. You know, the last obstacle is for you to show yourself that you have this sense of, I'm listening to myself, I'm going to honor myself, and I'm going to have faith that this is going to work out. And I feel like whatever the situation is, you've made it through. It's been very hard, but there is hope, there is more growth, and there seems to be more control in your hands whenever you decide that there is. You know, you are not somebody that life happens to. Okay, you seem to be growing into somebody that that experiences things because they happen for you. Thank you for listening.